Cause be fucking for real. Be fucking for real.
Yo, let me address the crowd. What the fuck?
Oh my fucking god.
Yo, they was wildin'. Like wildin'. It's the Bree and D show. Come on, man.
Allegedly throwing up crip multiple times.
I don't 6-0, run it in. You know what's up. He ain't fucking with the gangland like that. You throwing them ends up, that's gonna cost you. That's what I was gonna say anyway. That's gonna cost you anyway. What you want to do? Pay the crips for the rest of your life? Because that's gonna cost you. You get what I'm saying? Like, you ain't never been to the 60s. You keep throwing up ends and all that shit when you in throwing up C's and all that. You ain't even from this shit. You ain't even from this shit, no way, shape, or form. Like, when you get put on in Memphis, dead homies. Like, come on, let's be real, cuz. Like, start being real with yourself. You a basketball player, cuz. You want to come step into this field, we can show you a whole lot about this shit. Matter of fact, set up a meeting for me and Ja Morant, since he want to be a Crip. So I bet you he don't never show up. And it's on some friendly shit. I don't got no beef with you, Ja. You like the face of, like, the NBA. You like the new face of the NBA, and you with this. You claim you a part of the culture, man. Be the positive side of the culture, like you been. You don't got no felonies. You didn't grow up fucking shit up and all that. You might have smoked some weed or whatever the case is, but come pull up on me. Look, we gonna hang out this summer on the off season. Since you want to be with this dead homies, I bet you don't be picking up my phone and all that, because our regular life, our regular everyday life, you gonna be scared of, and then you gonna be thinking that we putting you in the middle of that, but we just coming to kick it and all that. Like, you gonna see all this aggression, and you gonna see how we really act, like, you know what I'm saying? But this is just us being normal, no problems or nothing. You're not gonna want to be a part of that, so stop acting like that's what you want to be a part of. When them fades get issued out, when the ops come slide, do you really want to be a part of this? With 200 million? Let me know something. Like, stop throwing that shit up. Like, don't with you. Draymond give back to the community. So it's like, when Draymond do it, like, hey, man, all right, hey, you shouting this out in a positive way, because you over here giving, you give backpacks, you give food. Our kids ain't never benefited off of Ja Morant. What is you throwing that shit up on it? Like, come on, bro.
All right, man. Welcome back to the Bree and D show. That's Bree. I'm D. Very, very powerful words by that gentleman. I don't know his name or anything like that. Obviously, he has a very, very poignant opinion on the Ja Morant situation. So this is twice. Remember, toward the end of the season, Ja was seen waving the gun on Instagram Live, I believe, in a strip club. League issued an 8-game suspension, and they gave him basically time served. He came out with a statement about, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, etc., etc., etc. And then here we are. It's not even fucking
When was it he
June
got it the
yet,
first?
and he's
When
doing
was
this
it he
shit
did it the
again.
first time?
And
March.
it had to be late. It had to be late March, because the NBA season, and NHL and NBA season both run basically from about mid to end of October till April. The NBA and NHL both have an 82 game regular season. They're basically running concurrent of each other. Their All Star game, the NHL All Star game, is usually the weekend between where you have that week off between the NFL Conference Championship games and the Super Bowl. The NBA usually has theirs around Valentine's Day. So this occurred sometime in, like,
Okay.
I want to say late March or something, like mid to late March. It sounds like they are Adam Silver at the NBA draft lottery a couple days ago, which the San Antonio Spurs won. And the more I look at Victor Wembanyama, I don't know, man. I just don't see generational talent. And I will tell you this about really tall guys, and I know I'm getting off on a tangent. It doesn't always work out. Sam Bowie, Sean Bradley, Yao Ming, usually the big guys have issues with their feet and stuff like
I remember
that.
Yao
Like,
Ming.
you're carrying around a lot of weight and you're holding up a big frame. Right, he was 7'6".
Fuck, that's
No,
too
Sean
tall.
Bradley was
That is
7'6". I think Yao
unnecessarily
Ming
tall.
was. I forgot how tall Yao Ming was. But I don't know. But I don't want to get off on a tangent. But yeah, Victor Wembanyama, I don't know, man. That kid he's frail. Like, he can handle like a guard, and that's fine. But like, I don't know. But anyway, we're not talking about that. That Chet kid that Oklahoma City drafted, also, I don't see anything from him. But again, we're not talking about that. So anyway, Ja Morant. This is twice in basically two and a half months, we'll say. And
The rapper?
his homeboy tried to save him. He saw Ja pull the gun up. I don't know if the nigga's a rapper. Is he a rapper? Is that what they're saying?
Are you talking about the one who said, "Oh, if
No, I'm talking about homeboy. It was his homeboys in IG Live. His homeboy was driving. And first of all, driving and being on IG Live is fucking nuts in the first place. Let's start there. His homeboy saw Ja, like they was in the car turning up or whatever. You know how niggas do. And his homeboy saw Ja pull the gun, and he tried to turn the camera, but he didn't turn it quick enough because everybody saw it. So the other night, while at the draft lottery, the question was asked about it, and Adam Silver was like, I don't remember what his exact words were, but he was like, this is tough, and certainly we're hoping the best for him. Basically, is what he was saying. But at this point, what can you do? And it's not like you waited years and did it. You turned around. Nigga, you went home, took a nap, had a sandwich, played in the playoffs, got knocked out, started hanging out with your homeboy, and did this shit right again. It's like it's like when we were kids, and your parents tell you not to do some shit, and you do it, and they pop your ass, and you're like, I'm sorry, mama, I won't ever do it again. You turn around and do the shit again. Now they're going to bring the belt out and beat the shit out of you.
And what I see it as is, you know what they say the definition of insanity is, right? Right.
Doing the same thing multiple times and expecting different results.
I was on his side. I was like, I mean, it's a registered gun, yada yada yada, whoop de whoop. At this point, you got off. You got off scot-free the first time, and then you did this shit again. Oh, you just don't give a fuck. So sit the fuck down. Go sit your ass back. Go. You want to be ghetto so bad? You want to be hood so bad? Go back to the fucking hood now. Kick them off the team. I don't know. Do what you want with them, but don't have them on your team.
Well, okay, so Steven Jackson came out and supported him, which I'm not surprised. I love Stack, but come on, bro. And then Wayne was on Stack and Matt Bourne's podcast, Up in Smoke, or was it All the Smoke? Either way, and he was like, well, he comes from a town of 3,000 people. I don't know what people expect of him. He's got $200 million now. I don't know what people expect of him. We expect you to understand that they gave you.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
They gave you a slap on the wrist last time. You got $200 million, and you turned around and did this shit again. They gave you a slap on the wrist, and you turned around and did that dumb shit again. I'm sorry. Niggas can get mad at me all they want. No, you mad at another brother, this, that, and the third. No, bro. You got a chance that not a lot of niggas get.
We as black people have a bigger target on our back. And I'm one that always say, they do this 100%. Shit to set people up. They be trying to get black people. They be trying to set us up. Which I say that like every episode was they throw things at us to derail us. But at this point, just like Derek said about Chris Brown, you getting yourself into this dumb shit. And now you need to suffer the motherfucking consequences. Where is his team at? Where's his team?
Dead ass. And that's not to say I don't. The fucked up part is, as the thing that people will commonly say in this situation. That's what happened when
I don't think actually.
But his daddy is there.
Thank you for saying that, because the thing is that people love to say that type of shit. But here's the thing, I know people who are royal fuck ups, and they have a 2-parent household, And then not only do they have a two
and
parent
their
household, they
fathers were
were
there.
raised good.
Even still, that's not the issue. His father is at every fucking game. He has courtside seats. The Grizzlies are taking very good care of him and his family.
Yeah, that or he don't
He
want to
just
be in the
doesn't want to grow up.
NBA.
Now I get it. People forget. Hold on. No, people. Okay, he is only like 22 or 23, and most niggas his age is doing that stupid shit, waving guns on Instagram. But
Can
most
I ask
niggas
you a
his age
question?
are not in the
Remember
NBA.
when you said
That's where the
that?
difference
Remember
is.
when Meek said
Go
he was
ahead.
a minor, and I said he is a minor. He only 22, and you were like, "That's a grown ass man." Here's the thing: Ja Morant know what's right from wrong. You got in trouble for the same shit. You got a slap on the wrist. At this point, I have no choice but to believe he wants to be kicked out of the NBA.
I knew right
Absolutely.
from wrong at 7 or 8 years old. People need to stop using. This is interesting. Did you watch the
No.
Hulu Dear Mama docuseries about Pac and Afeni? Okay, so Snoop has this thing. He says Pac got killed at 25, and he's not even a man yet. They say apparently Snoop. I don't know where he heard this. They say you're not a man until you're 27. You're still growing. So by that juncture, we shouldn't let people
Yeah, you
drive
shouldn't be
to
able to
their what
drink.
25,
Shit,
26.
I mean,
You
for
shouldn't be
that
able to
matter, you
vote till
shouldn't
you're
be able to have a
30.
job and shit. Here's
Smoke
my
any
thing
of that
about it.
shit.
He was old enough to make a. I don't give a. I don't. That type of shit don't matter to me. Cause
That nigga got a
you know
kid.
right from wrong
I think he got a.
you know right from wrong at 2, at toddler age. But here's the thing. We all know, okay, I did this, I got in trouble. Everybody, even Coke and everybody, not Coke. Well, yeah, Coca-Cola paused my fucking deal. I like the lifestyle I'm living. I like the money I have, right or wrong. So if I want to keep doing this shit, I need to stop doing the other shit. Here's the thing. You were told, hey, Ja, that's bad. Don't do that. This is good. Do this. And then somewhere it got lost in translation and he said,
He's got a
yeah, he's a
four-year-old
grown
daughter. He's
fucking
got a
man.
4-year-old daughter.
This
He
is what
needs
I
to grow
think
the fuck up.
honestly should happen. I think he needs to be hit with the hardest punishment possible because you got a second fucking chance and you got a second chance fast. This was only like a month ago that you got in trouble for this. Go sit your fucking. You want to be so fucking hood? Well, you know what? Go back to the hood you came from. I think you should lose all your endorsements. Then people can't have you acting stupid.
Well, okay. Hold on. So, some people are calling for him to get 40 games, which would be about half a season, and everybody's like, "That's egregious." Steven Jackson speaking on this is nuts because you remember the Malice at the Palace, November 19th, 2004, and I only remember this because November 19th is my brother and my late uncle's birthday. The year in back in the spring of that year, the Pistons were on their way to the title, and they played the Pacers, and the Pistons just got they gelled at the right time, like they were healthy. They were able to control the low blocks because they had Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace, and Chauncey Billups was a great floor general. They were really, really good. They didn't have they had Tayshaun Prince and Richard Hamilton and stuff like that. They didn't have a Michael or a Kobe type of player that jumped off the page at you. If I really had to say it, I would probably say Rasheed Wallace is probably their most athletically gifted player. But Rasheed Wallace had been in trouble in his career many times. For years, for a few seasons in a row, he
That's
held
a
the record for
technical
technical
foul.
fouls. He would get, kicked out of games, suspended. Hold on. So they just gelled at the right time. When that season started, nobody thought of the Pistons as a title contender. And when we got to June, they ended up beating the Lakers in 5, right? And this was a stacked Lakers team. Shaq, Kobe, Gary Payton, Karl Malone. Now, Payton and Malone were at the end of the tail end of their career, so it wasn't the same. But that team was stacked, and nobody gave the Pistons a chance. During the playoffs, they met up against the Pacers. And there was somebody filed Ron Artest. So this first matchup with these teams was going to, like, everybody pinpointed this on next year's schedule. Like, oh shit, the first Pistons and Pacers matchup is going to be big. One of these teams is going to win the Eastern Conference, pretty much. And so the Pacers came out. Reggie Miller was hurt, but the Pacers came out on fire and started beating the Pistons' ass. Now this game is in Detroit, so Jamal Tinsley, who was the point guard of the Pacers, they looking at the clock, and the Pacers are up pretty decent. I want to say 10 points or more. And Jamal Tinsley walks over to Ron Artest and says, "You can get your foul back now." So then Ben Wallace went up, and Ron Artest fouled him really hard. Now, Ben Wallace is going through some personal stuff. I think like his sister or somebody had just died, or his cousin, somebody. And shout out to Ben Wallace. He's now, I believe he's head of basketball operations for the Pistons at this point. Anyway, he fouled him. So them niggas started tussling a little bit. So they was going to throw Artest out the game. So Ron Artest went and laid down on the scorer's table. As he's laying there, a Pistons fan threw a cup of beer. Remember, he hit him. Next thing you know, Artest jumped up, ran into the fucking stands, and started beating on the fans. Then Jermaine O'Neal, then fans came down on the court, tried to hit Jermaine O'Neal. Steven Jackson slid, and if he hadn't slid and he'd have hit that white man, he'd have sent that nigga right to his maker. That man was going to the upper room. If Steven Jackson had landed that punch, that man was going to the upper room. I promise you. So they call it Malice at the Palace, like it was this big brawl. Because of it, it basically ruined the Pacers' chance. And that was basically Reggie Miller's last shot at a championship. And they're being escorted off the floor into the locker room. The Pistons fans started throwing soda and beer all over them and throwing chairs and shit. They get into the locker room, and Jermaine O'Neal is pissed because Jermaine had worked really hard himself. This was supposed to be the Pacers' year. And Ron Artest had the nerve to ask them niggas, "Yo, you think we gonna get in trouble for this?" That was the craziest thing. But people forget, Ron Artest is from Queensbridge. Like, that nigga came up with Mobb Deep. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, they handed out huge suspensions for those guys. Some of them had to miss half the season, this, that, and the third. Now, Steven Jackson punched a couple of niggas. He knew he was wrong. That was 2004. This is 2023, and the world is a lot different. We're almost 20 years removed from that situation. Why Steven Jackson would think that Ja Morant can get on Instagram Live with a gun twice in a 2-month period and say niggas need to get off his back is beyond me. Because you supposed to be one of his OGs. You better school that little nigga right, man. Because this don't make no sense. Ask Allen Iverson how being the bad nigga almost derailed his career. When Iverson had that album that nobody, like, I heard it because I was able to download it. Iverson had an album coming out where he was calling motherfuckers fags and all types of shit. And excuse me for using that word. I know it's very derogatory, and I don't mean any harm to anybody. I'm just giving you reference. He was saying some shit on that, and somehow David Stern got an advance copy, and he told that nigga, this album come out, you're not playing. And Iverson shelved the album. So you ask Allen Iverson what it's like to have your career taken away when that nigga was 16 years old and he went to jail because motherfuckers started throwing chairs and fighting in a bowling alley, and he was the only person of notoriety there because he was the biggest thing in Virginia at that point. So you're the only person that everybody in here knows their name. So they pinpoint him. Allen Iverson sat in jail. It took a year to get him out. And then John Thompson talked to Allen Iverson's mother, and he ended up going to Georgetown and then going to the NBA. But fuck that. When Iverson was getting his hair braided, they was calling him out his name, saying, "Just look at this nigga." When he was rocking the tattoos, they was calling him out his name. Yeah, we've seen this before. And the money that they're getting, that they got back then compared to what the players are getting today is fucking peanuts. Allen Iverson didn't have no... You ask Allen Iverson if he would have liked to have a fucking Coke deal. You know what I'm saying? Ja Morant's lost his fucking mind, dog. That shit is indefensible. Like, I love Steven Jackson. I love Steven Jackson. But you cannot defend this shit. The first time, it's whatever. And it's not
That's
like
why I
you
say
waited.
it
You
was.
did
That's
the
what exactly.
same
I said
shit
this was
over
so soon.
within
It's
a
not like he
2-month
forgot.
period.
It's not like he was confused. It's not like it was a fucking accident. Motherfucker, you knew what you was doing.
You know
You
what?
did it because it was. You thought it was funny. You thought shit was sweet, but it's not.
That's like having an open wound, getting it stitched up,
Fucking
and
going
doing
playing
some
in
shit
dirt
that you know is gonna bust
and
the
rubbing
stitches
it on
back
the
out.
open wound. That's why I think. That's exactly why I think he should lose
Like,
everything.
he has nobody
and
to
that's why I said,
blame
where the
but
fuck is his team? Where is
himself.
his PR team? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the problem. When niggas bring people along for the ride, they bring they homeboys and they family and shit like that. And when you're making that money, nobody's gonna tell you what to do. JoJo,
Oh
right?
yeah.
You remember JoJo? Leave, get out. Remember, she went away for a long time because her record company basically owned her voice and wouldn't let her do anything.
She was on
recorded
something
3
I
versions
saw
of an album that
recently.
never came out. Anyway, she did the art. But she's killing it now. She's back doing her thing. So she was on the R&B Money podcast. And so she was signed to Blackground Records, which Aaliyah, Genuine, well, not I don't know if Genuine, Timbaland, Tank, and a bunch of other people. And they all were like, they had issues with Blackground because Blackground lost their distribution and they were fucked. But they wouldn't let them, like, they all had to fight to get out of their contracts. Well, they were like, what was it like growing up being a child star? And she was like, everybody's telling you how humble and down to earth you are. And my mom is like, no, you're acting like a little bitch. And then she said one time her mother was like, if you don't stop this shit, you're done. I'm pulling you out of the industry, this, that, and the third. And JoJo said she was like, I was like 14 and 15 and I told her, I make the money around here. You can't tell me what to do. Like, you're driving a Lexus. That's the nicest car you've ever owned because of what I do. I make the money. When your kid makes more than you and they're fucking calling the shots, shit changes. Shit changes. That's why his daddy sit courtside at every game. But we ain't heard his daddy not one time in the 2 times this dumb nigga's pulled out a gun, have we? We ain't heard his family speak up and say not a goddamn thing, have we? Because if you have, I haven't. Okay. There you go. They're all getting a free ride.
Well, I mean, I get that, but like everybody, that's literally
his daddy sit courtside.
What you
His
pay
daddy sit
like
courtside.
a PR team for?
His daddy sits. Hold on. Hold on. No, because niggas don't think like that. His daddy sits courtside. He could be up in the club level, being catered to. His daddy wants to be courtside and wants to be seen. Niggas don't think like that. Jalen Rose, I'm reading books back to back to back. Jalen Rose was like, yeah, I got on and I brought my homeboys with me. And then I had to technically give them jobs to be on the payroll. But they weren't really doing shit but hanging out with me. Niggas bring their entourage. They bring their homeboys. Oh, I'm real tight with my barber and I need somebody to do my hair, so I'm going to bring my barber with me. What does he do? I mean, he roll my blunts and he count my money. That's literally what's going on. That nigga is failing because the people around him are fucking morons. Because he's got $200 million contract and they get to enjoy the fruits of his labor. As black children, we are told. You know how many times my parents have not gotten me something for my birthday? Be like, no, we did ours. You know how many Christmases I have not gotten a present? This is before Kennedy, by just to be completely honest with you. There were multiple Christmases and birthdays where I didn't get a gift because my parents were like, no, we did it. It's your turn to do for us. So that's what his family is doing. The fucked up part of it is his family is they're all going to lose that. He had a chance to create generational wealth for his fucking family, but that's not going to happen because they too stupid to tell his dumb ass, get off of fucking Instagram Live with pistols. That's twice in a 2-month span this dumb nigga has did this. So now, the funny thing was everybody's like, Nike has got to be kicking themselves because they pushed Kyrie Irving to the side for what he tweeted and put all their support behind Ja Morant. And look what the fuck Ja Morant has done. It's just stupidity, flat out. Again, he's 22. When I was 22, I did some dumb shit. And there were camera phones, but we didn't have social media. You could take a picture with the phone. You could not go live to the rest of the world and show them exactly what you were doing at that time. So I get it, it's a little different. But even if you could, I would have never got on there with a pistol. Never. I've had people take guns out of my home. We just want to walk around with it. For what, nigga? Just to look hard. If you don't put that fucking gun back, the fuck is wrong with you? Give me the strap. Give me the strap. I'm about to go to the gas station. For what? You gonna rob him? Nah, I just need it. For what? What do you just need it for? The fuck out of here. Young niggas want to look tough. Niggas could be from the big, like, that's the fucked up part. Niggas want to have the big house and look like they got money and flashy, but then they still want to walk around with pistols and do stupid shit. If you need it for protection, that's one thing. If you were in the hood every day, I'm pretty sure Ja Morant and his family are not still living in the house he grew up in. I'm pretty fucking certain of that. I know he's not because we've seen his house. And actually, twice pulled the gun, but also remember he pulled the gun on the 17-year-old kid who was at his house playing basketball. We found out about that after the first gun incident. So that's 3 gun incidents that we know about.
Which is why I said
in just
this
2023.
nigga take everything from him.
He needs. I'm gonna be real. I don't care what niggas say about me after I say this.
I think he should be kicked off the team.
He should be suspended for half the season. He should get a 40-game suspension. They suspended him from basketball activities, but they were already eliminated from the playoffs. He can't go to the team facility, is basically what they're saying. He wouldn't have went to Summer League anyway, I'm pretty certain. So post-draft, he's not going to be allowed to be around the team. I would imagine they're going to wait till after the finals to hand down any discipline because they don't want to take the eye off the NBA's biggest stage, right? We got the Lakers. We got a possibility of a Lakers-Celtics NBA final. They're both sitting at 17 championships. I don't think the Lakers have been playing like shit, so I don't see us getting there. I'm really pissed off. Yeah, they're not going to do anything till after the draft. Probably in the time. I'm sorry. Silver probably will make a ruling in between the end of the NBA finals and the NBA draft. I would imagine. That's the most ideal time. He needs to get half a season, though. He needs to get half a season. Anything less than that is not sufficient because you did this shit again. You playing it like they say. You playing in my fucking face.
You did this shit again.
Stop playing in my fucking face.
You did this shit 3 times. You playing in my fucking face. You obviously didn't learn your lesson, so now you gotta suffer the consequences. Take your nigga ass back to the hood.
No, it also is the fact that he did it again. It also is the fact that he did it again.
Again is when you did it a second time. He's a repeat offender. What happens to repeat offenders, Derek? They eventually they lock him up and they say, "Hey, I'm gonna just go ahead and give you life because you keep coming back with the same shit."
I don't think that.
Obviously, that's not what I'm saying.
He's not going to jail.
So I'm using that as a metaphor. When you're a repeat offender, you go. Eventually, here's the thing.
No, I know what you're saying.
Okay, so Derek, you've been in my courtroom 13 times in the last 3 years. I'm gonna go ahead and make you serve the life sentence now. You feel me? Ja Morant, you've been in my courtroom 3 times in 2 months. You deserve a life sentence because guess what? 2 months. What the fuck you gonna do when we really not doing nothing? When we really in off season? We gotta send somebody over there to fucking babysit you?
Well, I mean, the off season started for him when they got bounced. The Memphis Grizzlies.
You know what? Hey, we already say what we feel. We already say what we feel should happen to him.
They
So
no
let's
no
go
no
ahead and move on because we 30 minutes
no.
into this, and he
There's
don't
more.
deserve 30
There's
minutes
more.
of our
There's more.
time.
No. There's more. There's more. No. There's more because Memphis has a problem. And it is a lack of institutional control within that franchise. Dylan Brooks was a fucking menace, saying all that stupid shit. Now he's unequivocally not being brought back by the team next year. You caught yourself a one-way ticket out of fucking Memphis. Ja Morant's doing this shit. If I'm Steven Adams, I want to be traded. I want to be traded to a title contender because that team's not winning because they can't keep it fucking together. They've been given all that money and they don't know how to act with it. Now, I understand that the saying goes, youth is wasted on the young. What would I have done if I was given that kind of money at that age? I'd have bought cars and jewelry too. But I wouldn't have been out flashing pistols. That's just me. I'm going to tell you that number one. Memphis needs to start moving on. Obviously, Dylan Brooks is not coming back. I don't think they're going to deal Ja Morant. If they were to deal him, they could get a very nice package back. I mean, there'll be draft picks involved. The only problem is if they're going to make that deal, they have to understand that whoever the other team making that deal has to understand he's more than likely he's going to be suspended. We just don't know what the length of the suspension is going to be. You know what I'm saying? But he's going to be suspended. I think he deserves half a season. If you gave the Pacers and Pistons half a season for throwing hands, what are you going to get this nigga for flashing a pistol? He needs to sit down. Period. So, I don't know. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic.
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm still here. What was the next
still
topic
with me?
again?
What's going on? Okay, so this Republican councilman, I'm not sure what
The
state he was
nigga
from.
was found sleeping in his car after
My good brother in Christ.
he had just done crack.
Republican City Council member Matthew Riley arrested for allegedly smoking crack and fentanyl and passing out in vehicle. He high as a
This nigga is
fucking.
lit.
He high as giraffe pussy.
It's lit. Lit.
Oh my god. So the Instagram comments on this are very interesting. If the colors were switched, it would have been another black man killed in his car for being asleep. I have sleep apnea. The officer saying there's a crack pipe in your hand. Somebody else said, but y'all won't hire a person to smoke weed, but these top dogs don't even get tested for the hard stuff. I don't know. Somebody said that this is not right because when have you ever smoked crack?
I've seen people when they get high, they pass out.
For a day trying to figure
And I'm
shit
talking
out.
about crack. I mean, yeah, when you get high, you pass
From
out.
crack? This ain't the rock. This ain't the rock. Nah, this is new shit.
Right.
This ain't the
So
rock.
here's the thing.
This ain't
Here's
the
the thing.
snowfall
You're
rock.
right.
This ain't the rock niggas was smoking in the 80s.
Snowfall rock. We don't know what this shit do to you nowadays. That fentanyl shit is something serious.
I just don't know.
What the fuck was he doing?
What the fuck are we doing? Like, the Republicans don't want to ban guns. They don't want to ban guns. They tell us that drag and homosexuality is ruining the youth of America, and then y'all get caught smoking crack, and y'all get caught doing all types of dumb shit. Republicans
we
got caught
always
jacking
knew that
off in
fucking,
office, and
that
having extramarital affairs and all that shit. But then they want to get up there and make all these stupid fucking rules under the guise of, well, the Bible, and if you were a good Christian and blah. Shut the fuck up, all right? Let's stop playing these games. And I'm talking directly to if we have any Republican constituents who listen to this podcast, I want you to listen up. I want y'all to listen to me motherfucking good. All right? You people are the biggest fucking hypocrites on the face of the earth. The biggest fucking hypocrites on the face of the earth. I don't know how anybody, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whoever, could join that party. It is nothing but fucking hypocrisy, and they are fucking morons. And I'm disgusted. I remember a time during the Bush administration where people thought George Bush was the Antichrist. You're like, they can't get any worse than this. And then we got Donald Trump, and we're like, oh shit, you know what? Damn, he makes George Bush look good. And now, fucking Ron DeSantis is going to run for president on the Republican ticket. And he's worse than fucking Trump. We never thought it could get worse than Bush, right? Because of 9/11 and everything, they're like, it can't get any worse than this. And then Donald Trump is like, oh no, y'all really let dude from the like, bro. And truth be told, nobody thought he actually had a chance to win. Now, you know when we were kids and they were like, you can do anything you set your mind to. You could be president of the United States of America. And as kids, we were like, nigga, no, we can't. We niggas. And then Barack Obama happened. We're like, oh shit, we can really do it. And that was supposed to be the change that sparked everybody's mind. However, I still feel like Trump winning is the real change because he failed millions of times. Not millions of times, let me not be drastic. He failed over and over again in real estate holdings. He is more known for being the host of a reality TV show. What was the name of that show?
No, it was
Was it The Office before they had The Office sitcom?
The Apprentice.
The Apprentice. Yeah. He did all that. He groped a woman and said, sometimes you got to grab them by the pussy and I kiss them even if they don't want to. I do what I want. He did all that. Had no political background. And he still
and only
got
because
elected the
they
president
said,
of the
because
United
he was
States
a good
of America.
businessman. How?
If that isn't...
How, Sway?
He's a fucking moron. He's a fucking moron. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a true American success story. I hate the motherfucker, but he did it his fucking way. He did it his way. He knew what minds he needed to tap in to get those votes. So he played the race card heavily. He played that motherfucker from the bottom of the deck, and it worked. But the one thing I will thank him for is he opened our eyes and showed us all the people that claimed they weren't racist and had no issues. When you told me you voted for him, that let me know where your allegiance lied. And at that point, I was done with you. You can't be mad at my political beliefs. Yeah, I can. In this instance, I can. Before, no. But in this instance, 100% I can. Now this motherfucker got caught sleeping in his car after smoking a rock with fentanyl.
Yeah.
Number one, he's lucky to be alive.
Yeah.
He's lucky to be alive. Number two, he's not going to lose his seat. He's just not. I don't know, man. A nigga get a parking ticket and they gonna flip the fuck out. Remember they was making all that noise about Barack Obama having the BlackBerry and he wore a tan suit one time and they were like, that's not professional and he needs to turn in that BlackBerry and this, that, and the third. Y'all made all that fuss and then fucking Trump, he needs to turn in his birth certificate. I don't think he's even really American. Nigga, who the fuck are you? And the worst part about it is, you know the shittiest part about somebody being president? You can never shoot them to fade. You know what I'm saying? Because even after they're out of office, number one, you can't drive after you've become president. You can drive in your driveway, but that's it. You can't drive on any streets, residential, commercial, anything. Yeah, you can't drive. You can drive in your driveway and that's it. You have Secret Service for the rest of your life. They have to escort... You get Secret Service, you and I don't know about your kids and stuff like that. Like, I don't know if somebody's still following Chelsea Clinton around, but Bill definitely still has it. And I guess by proximity, Hillary would, I assume, unless I don't know if they're still together or whatever the situation is. But and I don't know if Sasha and Malia have it, but Barack and Michelle definitely still have the Secret Service. But yeah, you can't drive anymore and shit like that. But the worst part about it is, you can't run a motherfucker a fade. If I saw Donald Trump out in the streets, I'm like, hey, my nigga, drop whatever you doing. We having it out right here. But I can't. Because the Secret Service is not going to let that go down. It's just fucked up. I don't know, man. This country, I would say this country is going to hell in a handbasket, but it already did that before I was fucking born. Because I was born during the crack epidemic. And before that, in the civil rights movement, like... It's just like Chris Rock said that one time in that stand-up, like, during the civil rights movement, he was like, water hoses and dogs being sicked on niggas and shit like that. He was like, all them slave motherfuckers that's dead, they looking down on us from heaven like shit. Them niggas got it good, which they didn't. But I don't know. This country's moving backwards with all the technology and things we have. We're actually regressing as a people, and the fact that Ron DeSantis could be fucking president is scary. And the fact that Joe Biden has done a pretty bad job, all things considered. But that's how much people hated Trump. They just wanted him out of there. I don't know, man. This shit is scary. But, like, nigga, why were you smoking crack and fentanyl? I just don't fucking understand it. I really don't. But this country's dog shit in the first fucking place. So what am I saying? In other news, John, you know what? Jonathan, okay. You could take this one. I don't want nothing to do with this
so
one.
I'm not even going to
I know you got a rant. I know you got a rant for
what I got to say, and I'm going to
move on. So go ahead.
Jonathan Majors is now dating. What's her name again? Damn. Megan Good. The Megan Good. So it actually hasn't been confirmed they're dating. It's just speculation. However, here's the thing, how I feel about this. Black men in Hollywood get fucked over by a white woman. Then they want to run to a black woman to save them. Stay with where you was at. Stay with what you like. Don't come to us now. Because we gonna help your image, and it's gonna make the black audience gonna love you more because you're dating sweet, cute ass Megan Good. Eve's Bayou Megan Good. Huh?
I've never seen Eve's Bayou.
What the fuck?
I've never seen Eve's Bayou.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
I'm not from the South. Okay, so here's my thing. What does Megan Good stand to gain from this?
I mean, you did say it was a publicity
that's my main
stunt.
question.
And that's exactly why I laid into that part that... Oh, well, yeah.
I said that's what people believe it is. And that's why I'm asking...
She's not... Well, here's the thing.
What does she have to gain from this?
It's not from like... Right. But here's the thing.
It's not going to jumpstart her career. Not really
doing anything right now, right? Oh, that's right.
She was just in the new Shazam.
Okay.
She's been in both the
she was in
Shazam movies.
But she wasn't as talked about as Jonathan Majors right now. So Jonathan Majors is in the hot seat. Megan Good.
Well, I just saw a video of Megan Good on Twitter today, and she's 41, and I'll be 41 in a couple of weeks, so we're the same age, which is crazy. But I remember her being at the ice cream truck on Friday, so yeah, she is my age. She's had a long career, like you said. Fucking Eve's Bayou, Cousin Skeeter, Friday,
right. That's all understandable. But here's the thing: franchise. What you have to understand nowadays. Here's the thing. If you ain't the topic of discussion, you're nobody. Unfortunately, all the history don't matter. Right, exactly. So that's my point.
Always been that. What have you done for me lately?
So Jonathan Majors is a hot topic right now. Megan Good is not. So here's the thing. Huh?
Doesn't that hurt her more than
No publicity is bad publicity.
I would stand to believe that. Are you serious? Right now, there's a such thing as bad publicity. I'm going to tell you why. Okay. If you put your hands on a woman, that's already a fucking strike against you. Now, the first thing you said was, it didn't work out with the white woman. You in trouble. Now you want to run back to the black woman. You don't think, and you as a black woman, what was the first thing you thought when you heard that shit? Now he want a black woman. Now he want a sister because he got in trouble with the white woman. For everybody else, we're looking at this shit like, number one, don't fuck up Megan Good. Number two, Megan, what the fuck can you gain from this? Because if he's on the way down, there's no way, like, this is not a seesaw. He goes down and you go up. That's not what's going to happen here. Now, you're right. It has not been confirmed. But where there's smoke, there's usually fire.
We going to have to...
So, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Do you feel
I
like it's
really
true?
don't know. I don't, because the thing is that I don't
Do you
see
feel like it's true?
Megan Good dating, but also Megan Good just got out of a divorce too, so maybe she's just testing the waters. Maybe they just really good friends. Maybe Shazam was a Marvel. No, Shazam's DC, isn't it? Yeah, so never mind, never mind. What I was about to say didn't make sense.
DC.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, maybe she's just testing the water. She just got out of a divorce. Maybe she's just hanging out with somebody. Maybe, I mean, maybe it's like I said, it hasn't been confirmed. So let's move on. Let's let it play its course and see what the fuck's really going on. But I'm a firm believer in, oh no, don't run back to black people now. Uh-uh.
Well, I'm just that. See, that here's the thing. I don't know if he's going to be accepted at this point. And had nothing ever happened, we wouldn't have known that was a white woman he was with until they appeared on the red carpet somewhere. But I take that back. Fuck that. He did the Creed premiere and he didn't show up with anybody. If I don't recall seeing
You remember what Lawrence from Insecure? You remember? I don't know if you ever knew this or if you ever paid attention.
Yeah.
He had not one post of his wife or his daughter.
His wife
on
is
there.
white. Yeah.
You know why? Because his PR team told him
I didn't know
not
he had
to.
kids. I just found out.
Yeah, and that's why.
I just found out about
he had
6 months ago
nothing
that his
on
wife
his
was white.
Instagram, nothing. And he is very active on Instagram. His PR team told him not to, especially while he was filming Insecure. You know why? Because you are.
Oh, I mean, it would have looked crazy when he was filming Insecure.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
You
That's
know,
my
that was a
point.
very pro-black show. Issa Rae is Issa is
And
very,
that was
very
another
pro-black.
thing.
And shout
Jonathan
out to
Majors
Issa.
was
And
like,
I'm pro-black too.
apparently
What the fuck am I saying?
he was like trying to pitch him a black loves rom-com, a black rom-com. That's what it's called, to Issa Rae. And but the thing is that what pissed me off, and this was something I said about it. I said, no, don't use Issa Rae because to get you fans and glory and money. Do one with them fucking white bitches you like. See where that gets you at.
It's just crazy that, like, he had the world in the palm of his hands.
Here's my thing. So I'm gonna take it back to the point where I say,
recast the role.
People throw curveballs at you when you up and coming. Here's the thing. At these types of moments, I think we have learned our lesson. Hey, I'm coming up in the world. Hey, I gotta end my relationship with you because you not famous. I am.
No, you can't do, because then you look fucked up.
No, you literally should. I'm being
do that.
dead ass serious. And when you are somebody, the way Jonathan Majors was coming up, he should not have been with a regular everyday person. First of all, here's the thing. I know in my heart and soul, I'm almost sure in my heart and soul, in my hearts of heart and souls of souls, that she's not everybody knows she is not innocent in this fucking situation. And my thing is, you cannot, when you coming up that fast, you cannot be with regular people, because the fact of the matter is, it's any little thing you do can take you down. And the thing is that what I would have had to do, I'd have been like, hey, I'm too big for you.
But even still, it's fucked up, because celebrities have been with regular everyday people since the dawn of, the celebrity lifestyle, Hollywood and Broadway and all that stuff. It is only this way.
Yeah, we are in an age of social media.
You have to remember the biggest, hold on. Aside from that, before social media really blew, World Star and TMZ. It don't matter where the fuck you are. If you're a celebrity, TMZ's gonna find you on even some regular shit. Oh, you bought a new car. That's nice. Even if we didn't have Instagram or Twitter or whatever, TMZ was still there.
My thing is, I understand that, but here's my thing. I just...
And not for nothing, paparazzi existed before TMZ. How did Princess die? Remember, that's how Princess Diana
did you
died.
Hear, since you just
the paparazzi
said that,
were following her.
Meghan Markle and
her
They were,
the
and that's
Prince
why I
and
think
Meghan
it was
Markle,
kind of
yeah,
big.
same situation.
But my
Luckily,
thing
they
is,
survived and they're
honestly,
good.
if I'm coming up like big like Jonathan Majors was, I would have had to. This is just me. If I this is happening to me, and it's different if you going for a rap career, versus if you doing movies like Jonathan Major was. If I was him, I would have just had to shut the whole world out because I'm not about to let nothing get in my fucking way. Because like I said, like I believe that this situation was similar to it probably was similar to the Chris Brown Rihanna situation. And I am a firm believer on if you don't want to get hit like a nigga, don't hit a nigga.
Ooh, really? Somebody said a couple months ago to me, I was like, no, I would never put my hands on a woman. They were like, look, and this is a girl that said this. She was like, equal rights,
That's what I
equal
just
fights. And I
said.
was
That's
like,
exactly
yo,
what I just
no,
said. You
we're
want to
not
get hit
doing
like
that.
a nigga?
We're not
The
doing that.
the
I
easiest
know,
way to get your
but I
ass beat
don't. Do
like a
we?
nigga is to put your hands on a nigga.
Do we know? Has Rihanna ever came out
I'm
and told her
almost a
side of it? Because we've
1,000%
only ever
sure
heard
Rihanna
Triss's
told
side.
us that
I don't think Rihanna.
she put her hands on him. Actually, I don't think we needed to. I think there was video footage.
But she didn't. Well, I mean, no, we saw the police, the pictures from the police that they took of her after he hit her and stuff. But the only thing I've ever heard was that she looked. There was a girl who was apparently he was involved with before Rihanna, and then the girl texted him while they were in the car, and she looked over, and basically was like, "Why are you texting that bitch?" And I think maybe he called Rihanna insecure or something like that, and then they started going back and forth, and that's
I'm
how it happened.
almost sure Rihanna. I would actually probably bet my life that
But no,
it was
he,
Rihanna
bes-
actually said she put her hands on him. But either way, we know Rihanna put her hands on him. My thing is, and she like took his phone and threw it at him and shit. My thing is, here's the thing. I mean, niggas do just haul off and beat women. But a lot of times, bitches be instigating, they be starting shit. And then, oh, I can't believe he beat my ass. Well, bitch. Well, you bitch.
well, see, the fucked up part is she did. I do remember her saying she did put her hands on him too, but she didn't get the backlash.
No,
that
because
he
people
got,
think the
and
way
she
you
never
do.
was. Because it's always like you a punk if you put your hands on a man.
You don't ever put your hands
Wait,
on a
hold
woman.
on. What you
Hey,
talking
you
about?
put
What does
your
that
fucking
mean?
hands on me, I'm gonna beat your ass.
But you know better than that. You know better than that. If a man puts his hands on a woman, he's regarded as a punk and a bitch. If a woman hits a man, he's still regarded as a punk and a bitch for letting her hit him. But if he hits her back, he's
Listen,
still a
I'd
punk
rather
and a bitch.
be
There's
the
no
punk and the
win-win.
bitch that beat your ass.
It's. I'd rather not go to jail, but I also would not put myself in a situation where some shit like that would go down. I would get up and walk out on a motherfucker real quick. Like, you not gonna go me into no fucking fight. I'm walking the fuck out on your ass, and I act like I don't fucking know you either. But again, yes, I don't know about her throwing the phone at him, but I do know she said she hit him as well, and he had some scratches. But again, when we saw the fucking photos of her, everybody was like, "Nah, this is fucked up. This is some bullshit."
Well,
This
here's
nigga
the
was
thing.
wild, this, that,
This
and
is
the
also
third.
what
You know
I
what
feel
I'm
about
saying?
that type of stuff. The thing is that in these types of situations, you can't warrant. Okay, so let's say, yeah, he did take you extremely far, but here's the thing. That's not. You can't be like. I mean, the fact of the matter is. Oh, I like if people have anger, like we obviously have established that Chris Brown has some type of anger issues, right? So here's my thing, but you can't.
Yeah, but I just want better for bro. I want him to stop doing stupid
So
shit,
here's my thing. You
and
cannot
he has to
if
want
he
that
has
though.
anger issues, you can't be like, "Oh, stop hitting me. Like, I mean, some people black out when they get angry. So if that's the case, you can't sit there. Oh, you started the fight, but he was supposed to hit me that many times. Hey, that's not how a fucking fight works. That's and whose reality do you go tit for tat, lick for lick in a fucking fight? No reality. Hey, if I'm fighting your ass, it's like a dog fight. I'm going for the fucking jugular. You can't be like, well, he didn't, he could have. I mean, fuck. Like I said, there are people who black out when they're fighting.
The fucked up part. Okay, so here's the bad part about it. They were in a car, and not only were they in a car, from my understanding, they were in a fucking Lamborghini. That's a cramped ass fucking car. So if they were outside of the vehicle or somewhere else, I don't think it goes down that way. But they were in that fucking car. Now this is
I
not
mean,
me
yeah,
shooting
it
Chris
may
Brown
not have
bail.
went down
Let
that
me
way,
be very
but the
fucking
thing
clear
is that
about
hey, it was so long ago, and we're not really even talking about that. I just feel as though that girl not innocent, and the thing is that's because I'm one of those people. I like to look at all angles. I'm not gonna just look at the fact that I'm not gonna just sit here and be like, oh, he just wailed off on her. And I think it's really fucked up that he's the only one. I think it's really fucked up that he's the only one that's getting slack for it because she obviously she had some fucking parts in it. She recanted her statement probably for a reason too. Because the thing is that it was probably like, oh well, ma'am, he has bruises or something on him too, or you know what I'm saying, and like shit like that. Like it's probably so much more to this story.
Here's the problem. Everything that resulted from that, like that fight changed the landscape of things. Like Tony Parker almost wasn't able to play in the NBA anymore because
Me?
obviously, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm not pushing a button. You
Yes,
know the
whatever
little
button
tops
you're
on
pushing, I
type
can hear it.
bottles like glass bottles. I'm pressing a button. Yeah, yeah, the freshness still.
Okay, that's what I can hear. So stop that. Okay, so as a result of this, then the Drake effect comes in, right? And then he thought he was really getting somewhere with her, and for her it was just a date or whatever. So then they're at that club. Drake sends Chris a bottle of champagne with a note that said "Let's be friends" or something. And apparently, there were two notes. No, that's what he sent to Charlemagne. My bad. He sent Chris Brown a bottle of champagne with a note that said, "I'm fucking the love of your life. Deal with it." And then I don't know what happened from there, but then Drake threw the fucking bottle. So Tony Parker got a laceration in his eye. He almost was never to play basketball. Was never able to play basketball again, but he had to have surgery, I believe, on his eye. Some woman sued. Like a bunch of shit happened behind that. Then Rihanna was running around with, whoever. Then she got back with bro. It just, that was a bad situation all around. And time goes back quicker when you're as active as they are and stuff like that, because a week trudges along for us because we have to get up and go to work and shit like that. When they go to work, it's going to a recording studio, and they don't have a boss on their back talking about quotas and shit like that. We go to work, we got a motherfucker like, you didn't clock in, you're 5 minutes late from lunch, this, that, and the third. Lunch, dinner, breakfast is whenever the fuck they want it, right? And I thought about it. That Rihanna album with the Cake 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 remix, or the Cake 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 song, Chris was on the
Oh
remix of
yeah,
that, right?
which would
That's like
remember? I don't know if you
2011 or
remember they had
2012,
that
right?
song Umbrella together, and then when they had that fight. Well, no, what I'm saying is the
That was
Umbrella
before.
after the fight
That was
happened.
before the
You
fight,
couldn't
because that's
find
when.
the remix with Chris Brown anywhere, and then like after they smoothed it over, and I guess the world was okay with them again, then you could find the Chris Brown version of it.
Right, but they made it seem like it because the fight happened, what, 2008? 2007 or something like that? I don't know. The turnaround was a lot quicker than I thought, and I was just like, damn, like, he had her and Karuchi basically at the same time. So she's at fault for that. But, I don't know, man. She looks happy. her, Rocky, and baby RZA, and the
Yep,
baby
Chris
she's
Brown
pregnant
got
with
his
now.
3 kids.
So
He's
shout out to
obviously
them.
living life.
Um,
So
he's got beautiful children. Yeah, he's got beautiful children. Drake has got his kid. Tony Parker was addicted to sex apparently and blew Eva Longoria, but that's a whole other fucking story. Um, you know, best wishes to all parties involved. That was a crazy situation though, and the sad part is though, I would have hoped Chris would have learned from that situation, but clearly we know it was, there was some time, and then there was
yeah,
another incident, this, that, and the third.
unfortunately,
We've seen that kid since he was like 15 or 16, and he's 30 something now. So it's like, damn, bro,
yep,
we watch you
yep,
grow
yep, yep.
up, and we all just want the best for you.
So yeah, yep, yep, yep.
I don't know.
No,
I don't have
that was
anything
all
else
for
tonight.
that.
You got anything?
You know how we do it out here in podcast land. So, you guys, again, and I cannot stress this enough. If somebody put their hands on you, you have every right to hit them back. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not just kidding. I'm serious about that. I'm dead fucking serious. Here's the thing.
You gonna fuck around and go to jail.
Here's
I
the
just want
thing.
you to
Yeah,
know
you'll
that.
fuck around. I was just about to say, you fuck around and
Self-defense
go
is
to jail.
self-defense,
But
but
here's
it's
the
not
thing.
always going to
If
be
you
viewed that way.
Let's take me and Derek for an example. If Derek put his hands on me and I hit him back, we're both going. At least in Texas, we're both going. So yeah. But anyways, that's not my send off for tonight. You guys, thank you again for for giving me and Derek y'all's undivided attention all the time through all the through all the
Greatly
podcasts,
appreciate
and
it.
we love doing this. We're gonna keep doing this. It's great. I love discussing it. I mean, and obviously y'all love hearing it, but you know.
Oh my God. Hold on real quick before we go. Yo,
Gorilla.
Glorilla. You want me to... This tweet, You know who she looks like? What's old
Yeah.
Wendy Raquel Robinson? who
Yeah,
was in the
everybody
Steve
been
Harvey
saying
show in the
that.
game. She looks like a young version of her. So Glow says, quote, "So y'all believe in marriage in this
yeah.
generation? I just couldn't see myself fucking with one nigga for too long. Niggas, hold on. Niggas start niggering after the first 6 months, and baby, I'm gonna start niggering right along with a nigga. I
She's
just
not
cannot.
wrong, yo.
I cannot with her, dog. I mean,
Y'all heard it. Y'all
She's
heard it
not.
from a man's
But that
mouth,
also can
right?
go the same for women
She's
as well.
not wrong. Niggas be niggering within 6 months. Niggas be wilder in
She's not.
6 months. That's when you fucking find out this nigga got a whole fucking second double life he living.
Look, man. I don't know, man. Glow is an interesting chick, man. I hope it works out,
Glorilla.
man. She better have another record in the tuck, because it's been a
Nah,
year
she's
since,
had some
it's been a year
bangers
since
actually
FNF,
since then.
and,
You ain't you ain't heard that one she had that one
really?
with Cardi B.
Because I ain't heard him.
I got condos in that bitch head.
That was
Are you
not
sure?
too long after FNF.
Okay then. She
It's
does
damn
have
near
other
years-
songs though,
Yeah.
and they're actually quite good. But I get what you're saying. Hey, let's try and not make her a one hit, or I guess a 2-hit wonder, right?
I think it's a wrap. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of these kids these days, I just don't see it. There's no artistry. They just looking for a hot
That's
beat
all
to
you
make
really
something that's
need,
gonna go
honestly,
viral
nowadays.
for a minute. They can do some shows, get some jewelry.
Well, here's the thing. Maybe
Not
she's
for
not
a
trying to get a
sustained
career out of
career.
it. Maybe homegirl was trying to
Let me ask you. We brought this up before, but I'm gonna bring it right back around. Even if he hadn't gone to jail, do you think Bobby Shmurda
no.
was gonna
So
have
here's
a
the thing
sustained
about that.
career in hip hop?
Here's the thing.
Well, he was real tight with Migos because they were supposed to do that Schmigos tape,
Yeah, so
remember?
the thing
And then
is
he
that
went to
if
jail. So
you
he
have
probably
a
could have
couple
rolled
of
day
hits, and
wave.
this is me
He
being
probably
honest,
could have rolled day
if you
wave.
get off, if you get a couple of hits that get off after royalties and shit, you may be good. Like every now and then they kind of resurface, so you honestly may be good. We don't know. I mean,
But that's the thing. What kind of like? Here's the thing. So Mix-a-Lot probably don't have to do a goddamn thing because if you would go to the club, I remember when they could only play like a couple rap records a night when it was this club we went to. And we knew that they were only going to play a couple rap records a night, but we just wanted to get out and, be around bitches. Let's be real. They would play. This is when country, like, this was 2000. I'm graduating high school. So Country Grammar was out. Ludacris, What's Your Fantasy was right around the corner. And Back That Ass Up. And then they would play Baby Got Back. You would still see Baby Got Back on VET, MTV, VH1. Anytime a motherfucker's talking about this, that, and the third, or even at a wedding. And then the Chex commercial recently, Baby Got Snacks. So Mix-a-Lot doesn't have to do shit for the rest of his life based on the royalties of that song. I do not believe in my heart of hearts, and I know you don't in yours either, that we gonna be hearing Fuck Nigga Free 10 years from now. Because by that same token, hold on. Remember when it was Chris, Omarion, and Janae Aiko, and they made that song Supposed to Be, and
oh, that
Janae
song
had that
was
one
terrible. I
hotline, you
hate
gotta
that
eat the
song.
booty like groceries. Is anybody still singing? Exactly. So, do you think we're gonna be hearing Munch 10 years from now? No, we're not gonna hear F and F. Kaya had the anthem with My Neck, My Back. When
You
was the
got a
last
point.
time you heard
So I'm
that
gonna give it
shit?
to you. I'm gonna give it to you, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just saying that shit gets old real quick. Kaya walking around this motherfucker, I'm Kaya Thug, Princess of the South, Queen of the South. Bitch, for what? Nobody knows another record outside of my neck, my back. Nobody
I hear
cares.
you. You got a point. I guess you got a point.
I'm just saying. Like, yeah, that's real. Like, people forget that. Like, I'm sorry, like, I couldn't tell you a single fucking G Herbo song. A lot of them motherfuckers, I don't even know they song. I had never heard NBA Youngboy on an actual track
That's because
that
he
he
didn't
got on
want to
that
do
fucking
like
Tyler
features
album.
and stuff, really. But I mean, that's not discrediting him.
But the nigga got apparently a gang. How many albums do that boy got? A gang of them. Also, because we live in the internet age where they can just
I'm gonna need
pump
you to
out
get
music
off for a young
continuously.
boy.
There was no
Every time
label
we
that was
talk,
letting
you
you put out
always
albums like
hating on
that back
young
in the
boy.
day.
Chill out.
That boy can't rap. Anyway, until next
Peace
time,
out there
ladies
in
and gentlemen.
podcast land. And until next time, we love y'all. Good night.
Good night, guys.